Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Stepsbasic, and welcome back to my community show. I should probably pick one song and just stick to that. But anyway, that's not what's important. What's important is today's topic. But first, as usual, announcements. This has been one heck of a week. Kind of annoying. Like, if you've been watching the channel, you've noticed that like Monday was the only day of the week that I got both episodes up, and then followed by Tuesday and Wednesday I got one episode up, and then Thursday I didn't get any episode up, and today I'm gonna get a third episode up. My schedule is just all out of whack this week. Oh, but it's been marvelous, you know. Dentist appointments 2 days out of the week, and then a whole bunch of other stuff I had to run around and do. But I'm getting it all together, getting my stuff together, you know, rocking it out. But sadly, like I said, busy week, and I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today. Next week will be the start of May, and I'm going to do another stream of consciousness video. And this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Hopefully I'll be able to keep together. I'm going to talk about mental health and my mental health specifically. So we're going to see how well that works out, because next month is Mental Health Awareness Month, for those of you who didn't know. Apart from that, we just started the Days Gone series. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep a whole series of it going, because, well, it's going to be a long one, because it's an open world game, and you know how open world games can be. I figure if I just do mostly story-based missions, I should be able to wrap it up. And we're going to continue the 2 episodes of one game into next month, and we're going to keep going how it works and see how it works. And let me know, guys, if you like the way I'm doing that. I mean, for one thing, it takes away a lot of the variety, but at the same time, I get through the games quicker, and we'll be able to move on to the next game. So let me know what you guys think about that. Honestly, I'm good either way. I kind of like the idea of moving through games quicker, because I have a backlog of games that I need to get through. But anyway, you probably have noticed that I have a different thumbnail type up this week, starting with the Days Gone episode, which has already gone up. And I kind of wanted a opinion from you guys. First of all, you can see the first episode, the first thumbnail type is the type I usually do, which was on the Warframe video, with the blue border and then the little square and then my name and then the little symbol I drew. And then the second one was the one that I put up on Days Gone, which is the bottom border, the circle, my little avatar from Dream Daddy. And I wanted you guys to vote on which one you liked more. Did you like the first? Do you like the standard one, or are you okay with the change in the new one? It doesn't really matter too much to me. I just wanted to put a little bit more character in it. And like the Dream Daddy one, the one with the Dream Daddy character in it is going to change. I want to draw him in a few different poses, you know, arms crossed, like scared and stuff like that, you know, just to add a little bit more character to the character, as it were. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And that actually kind of leads me into what is today's topic, which is thumbnails. Now, I've done tutorials on how to make thumbnails, and generally mine have covered basically, you know, branding and whatnot, and how to make the thumbnails stand out from other things. And yeah, that's why I'm changing it up a little bit, because I wanted to add a little bit more of me to it, because lately it's just been a standard picture of the game with my border and my name, and that's been the amount of me that's in it. And I kind of like, I've been looking around at different thumbnail types and kind of compiling ideas of what constitutes good thumbnails. And basically I can only really go for what appeals to me. Obviously I can't really appeal so much to other people's, or I can't say what appeals to other people, but I can talk about what appeals to me. And I can tell you one thing, there are a couple of things that automatically turn me off from a video. And sometimes it varies depending on who's posting it and whatnot. I hate the red circle thing, you know, the whole clickbait circle, I hate that. And basically anything in the thumbnail that's very clickbaity, I hate immediately. I won't watch the video, depending on who it is, of course. If I know it's like clickbait for joke, then I'll watch it. You know, like Jordan Marin, Captain Sparkles recently did a video about one of his Jordan Reacts videos where he was like the clickbait joke in the title and the thumbnail and everything. I watched that one because I know with him, he doesn't clickbait. On the other hand, there's this other family I watch called the AB family, and generally they got pretty decent thumbnails, you know, fairly standard, you know, mom, kids and whatnot. But on occasions, they put out a thumbnail which just irks the heck out of me, which is the I can't believe they said that, or something like that, which is essentially whisper challenge stuff, and they throw the whole signifier of curse words over one of the kids' mouths. I'm like, you can't be doing that, especially in a situation like where a lot of the family channels are getting demonetized and their comments are getting switched off, and then they're getting away with this sort of stuff because they're a whitelisted channel. You know, basically everybody loves them, so they can get away with that sort of thing. And to me, it just seems not only disingenuous, but kind of rude to those of us who actually have to suffer that sort of thing. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of them even suggesting that their kids do that sort of stuff, which we all know they don't, because they're a good family. They're a very good family. They do a lot of good around the world, which is something that can be said, you know, needs to be done. And those are the sorts of things that really turn me off from thumbnails. What I really like, what I like to see, something I can't do as much as I tried. I've had a few really good hits when it comes to these, but when the YouTuber melds their faces into the thumbnail, like really puts themselves in the game, and I think my best one was a thumbnail from Alien Isolation, which came out so good. And it was basically, it was one of the first times I ever tried this, really. I took myself and I took a face hugger and made it look like the face hugger was coming at me. I was like, and it worked out spectacular, and I was so proud of that thumbnail. And the best part was I got so much praise for it, too. Everyone was like, oh, that's a really good thumbnail, dude. That's awesome. I'm like, sweet. Nice. And since then, I tried to do it a few more times, and occasionally I succeeded. But for the most part, I don't know. I mean, for one thing, I don't really have the proper programs and whatnot to do it as well as other people do. Like I do, I have Krita instead of Photoshop, and I'm learning it. But that's just a fairly new, a new addition to my software, and so hopefully I'll be able to start pumping out better thumbnails from that, because then I can start to do the removing backgrounds and stuff and feathering in pictures and whatnot. So, you know, I'm excited about that. Hopefully it'll work out well. Now, there's another friend of mine who does something that I especially like, where she draws her thumbnails. Well, I say friend of mine. I kind of know her. I can't really call her a friend of mine, but I'm on good terms with her, and that's what matters. But she draws all of her thumbnails, and I'm like, that is cool. And that's something I kind of wanted to do at one point, but I'm like, that's a lot more work than I can put in, because I pump out content fairly regularly, and I don't want to constantly be, you know, drawing thumbnails all the time. So that's something I, you know, can't do. And while I like it, and I like the look of it, it's not something I can really consider doing on the regular, on account of the fact that it would take too much time. One thing I really don't like from thumbnails that just really irks me is when I see people put like definite obvious spoilers for the game in their thumbnails. I mean, if you haven't watched the Walking Dead Telltale series and you haven't seen the end of it, cut away now. Spoiler warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, I saw one guy actually put Clem with her leg cut off in the freaking thumbnail, and I'm like, dude, you cannot do that. You're ruining the ending. I mean, that was such a huge reveal. But then, you know, you're allowed to make whatever thumbnails you want to make, so I'm not going to nitpick and tell you not to do things, obviously. These are just things that bug me, you know, things that I see and that really irk me. You know, spoilers, the clickbaity stuff. Ugh, It just really irks me. What sort of things do you guys not like to see in your thumbnails? And if you say my thumbnails, then I'm going to laugh at you and probably say, yeah. I mean, I can tell you, I do the border thing because if you look at the list of thumbnails, unless you subscribe to a lot of people who do the border thing, then you'll see why it stands out. And that's the whole point of a thumbnail, is to stand out. And, yeah. Sorry this episode is pretty short. I honestly jumped into it with only the announcements planned. But maybe we'll talk about something else at another time. Maybe we'll talk about these things at another time. Shut up, phone. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, please go and poke that like button for me. If you'd like to see more from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, as always, you're more than welcome to leave a comment down in the comments section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, when I can. If I can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next month. Next time. Tune in next time for another topic at another time. And until then, good night.